Amberlynn Reid, So Raw, Episode 3. Here we go.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys.
Hi, Amber.
So welcome to So Raw episode 3.
Oh boy.
Today I am wearing my Barbie shirt because
Nobody cares.
I am a Barbie. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, my hair is a little cuckoo bananas today. So
Sweetheart, every time that you say this in a video, I have to say you're the one in control of the way that you present yourself on the internet. Go the fuck in the bathroom, run a brush through your goddamn hair, put a fresh scrunchie in. Not that fucking hard. You ain't gotta fucking whine about it in every goddamn video.
we're just gonna also embrace that.
If you were going to embrace it, you would not be mentioning it.
So anyways, the first thing I want to talk about is kind of like a dehumanized update.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Lecture Lynn is in the house, y'all. 23 seconds in.
Last episode, I did talk to you guys about how I feel dehumanized, and I read some of y'all's.
And she neglected to mention the fact that she makes buku amounts of money for this dehumanization she allegedly experiences.
Comments. I read your guys' messages, and a lot of you actually agree with me, especially in my private DM.
Yeah, in her private DMs where nobody else can see, and they may be true and they may not be true. There may be positive DMs, there may not be positive DMs. We will never know.
You guys made me feel so validated, so I
Hooray for the ass patters.
completely appreciate that. And then there's a portion of people, especially in the comments, I noticed comments are brutal. It's like,
Amber, you don't have to fucking read the comments. If they affect you so hard and make your job so hard and make you feel so dehumanized, don't fucking read the comments.
trendy
Use the filters.
to be mean to me.
No, it is not trendy to be mean to you, Amberlynn Reid. You are a public figure. Every public figure in the history of humanity has had at least a handful or two of people that dislike them enough to say something shitty about them in a public forum, whether they are anonymous or not. You're not special. It's not trendy to hate you, Amber. You're just a public figure experiencing what every public figure experiences. Get the fuck over yourself.
But in the comments, people were invalidating my feelings and how I felt.
Her feelings and how she felt. Such profound words from our darling Amber.
I wanted to share a few more reasons why I feel like I am dehumanized
Oh boy, here we go, here we go. Everybody gear up, put your seatbelts on, here we go.
on my channel. So this one for me is
Me.
kind of hard. This currently is happening on TikTok. So you search my name on TikTok and it says, no results found. This phrase may be associated with behavior or content that violates our guidelines. Okay, how? Like,
Ma'am, you promote eating disorders and you glorify addiction behavior. You come onto YouTube and you eat 5,000 calories and make jokes about it and make light about it, and you make light about your mental health, and you feed your addiction in front of everybody and you monetize it. So you probably have gotten shadow banned. But wait, because no, you have not. Here, let me show you, everyone. Let me show you. If you type in Amberlynn Reid with no spaces, you get all kinds of other users using her name, using her content in a positive light and in a negative light. You even have many reaction channels here on YouTube devoted to our queen. So, it may be shadow banned Amberlynn Reid, but the diligence of the people or the bot system that is supposed to, pick out her as a violation of their TOS is not doing a very good job, because here she is still. Also, her name on TikTok is not Amberlynn Reid. Her name on TikTok is Rarity Cat, and if you type in Rarity Cat, you will find that as well. The thing about TikTok also is that it is a Chinese company. And in China, since 2020, they have instituted anti-waste and anti-gluttony laws. This means that such activities as mukbangs, binge eating contests, and any kind of glorification of waste or gluttonous behavior is banned in China. You cannot broadcast it. You cannot create the content. It is banned because there are food shortages in China and there are worker shortages in China because of the zero virus policy right now, which is incredibly dehumanizing. It means that you have to have a vaccine passport and a current negative coronavirus test just to be able to leave your place of dwelling. You cannot go to work. You cannot go out and buy food. There are people starving to death in China, and there is a media blackout on it. That's dehumanizing. The fact that Amber cannot seem to find herself on TikTok, this is not dehumanizing. This is a corporation protecting themselves against waste and people that self-harm. They don't want to host that kind of content. Let us continue.
Literally, I have a TikTok. I was making money on TikTok at one point, but then they stopped the creator fund.
And that is exactly when she stopped posting videos on TikTok. It does not matter that she doesn't make money on TikTok. She doesn't post on TikTok, so it doesn't matter. It should not matter to her what other people are posting on there. They're not making money off of her on TikTok.
Oh, it's nothing that I have done on TikTok to create this to happen. So in my
You don't have to. A corporation can shadow ban you based on your behavior on other platforms, my dear.
head, I was like, okay, is it because I'm just controversial, if
No, ma'am, it is because you glorify eating disorders.
you will? And I looked up Trisha Paytas on TikTok. She's viewable. So I said, you know what? How about I try someone else? Shane Dawson.
I cannot believe she has the audacity to sit here and compare herself to Trisha Paytas and Shane Dawson.
He still pops up as well. So I was like, okay, well, what's different about me?
What's different about you is they have millions of subscribers and they're entertainers, and you are not.
I literally am just a small YouTube channel.
That's right. That's the difference, Amber. You don't do anything of real entertainment value. You sit around and you vlog and you talk about food and you talk about your size, and that's it. You are not Shane Dawson. You are not Trisha Paytas. You should not be comparing yourself to them. You should be comparing yourself to Hungry Fat Chick. By the way, if you take a look at Hungry Fat Chick's comment section, she does not get half as many negative comments about her as our dear Amberlynn Reid does, because Hungry Fat Chick is 100% honest and 100% real and has no reason to lie.
I tried to think, okay, so what's the differences between me, Trisha, and Shane besides the obvious? Oh,
Well, the difference between you, Trish, and Shane, aside from you're a big fat person who glorifies binge eating disorder, is Trisha and Shane are entertainers that put a great deal of effort into their careers. Shane is a published author. Shane has been in feature-length motion pictures. Trisha Paytas has been on television. Trisha Paytas has a music career. What do you have, Amber? Why do you keep comparing yourself to Trisha Paytas and Shane Dawson? You don't even have a quarter of the amount of subscribers that they have. You are not as famous as them. You are not as infamous as them. Not that many people know about you. And you have 200,000 subscribers, but you know in your heart that you bought a great many of them.
Oh, I have an eating disorder.
Yes, you do, and you glorify it.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to go on the other side of the spectrum, someone else on YouTube who has an eating disorder, Eugenia Cooney. If I pronounced her name wrong, I do apologize.
Ma'am, how dare you, again, compare yourself to someone else on YouTube with a much, much larger following who does not do any kind of video the way that you do. They do not sit on YouTube and have check out what I don't eat in a day as an anorexic person videos. They don't sit there and glorify their thinness. Eugenia Cooney does not sit there and say, oh, well, I was going to do this, but then I decided that I wasn't going to eat for 4 more days. She doesn't do that. You do. You do, Amber.
So I looked her up on TikTok. Well, there she is. So why is there no results found for me? I have seen several.
Because you typed in your name wrong, my dear. Type it in with no space. There's plenty of results.
Bullying, fat shaming things on TikTok that have to do with me.
So, okay, she spent like 2 minutes talking about how she can't find herself on TikTok because she violates their terms of service. But then she goes and says, well, I've seen all this bullying, mean, nasty, horrible, upsetting, distressing stuff about me on TikTok. So what is it? Can you not find yourself, or is there all this mean stuff? Stop contradicting yourself, sweetheart. Stop fucking contradicting yourself.
People call me fat. People call me liar.
Well, ma'am, you are super morbidly obese. It is very jarring. And you are also a notorious fucking liar. You lied about your girlfriend, or rather the person living in your home right now, for a year solid. You told your viewers that they were crazy when Jade took the fucking batteries out of your smoke detector. Nobody's here. There's nothing here. You guys are crazy. And she was right there. You lied. Then you lied for an entire year about this woman's identity. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter if you were trying to protect her, you still fucking lied. All you had to do is, I don't want to talk about it. You didn't have to bait your audience. You didn't have to put Jade's information in the titles of your live streams, but you did that. You're a fucking liar, Amberlynn.
You guys have created this character.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You created the character. You made the videos. You picked the thumbnails. You wrote the titles. You created the character. You told the lies.
Liar Lynn that doesn't even exist.
Ma'am, I cannot believe you're sitting here saying this. You're looking directly into this camera and saying this. You are a fucking liar, and you know it. You know it in your heart. You're a fucking liar.
You guys make me feel like my eating disorder is the only thing that I am.
Again, ma'am, you pick the thumbnails, you write the titles, you make the videos. You don't make videos about anything other than your size, what you eat in a day, your struggles with the eating disorder. You don't tell us anything else at all about yourself. All you are is your eating disorder. That is all you have ever presented to us. It is not our fault that is all we see. That is all you present, my dear.
And me being super morbidly obese is the only thing that I am. Or,
well, you're the one that makes titles 500-pound girl and watch me eat 5,000 calories. We're not the ones writing your fucking titles.
Favorite. I'm a narcissist. So,
ma'am, you do display quite a few of the characteristics for malignant narcissist as set forth by the DSM-5. Again, that is not your viewer's fault. That is your fault.
I noticed a lot of people didn't like that I used the word dehumanized, so I decided...
Because you are a very privileged individual, and it is absurd for someone like you who lives in a luxury apartment and has every single need met at the drop of a hat to consider yourself dehumanized, when you are the one that made this character of yourself.
Here are some other...
Also, you know what is dehumanizing? Selling yourself on the internet. Eating food for money just because you know it makes people grossed out and they watch your videos more and you get paid more. That's fucking dehumanizing, and you're doing that to yourself, my dear. That's not us, that's you.
Other words that I want to show you: degrade, diminish,
all vocab lens in the house.
Belittle. All of those things are happening. People are degrading me, how I look, how I talk.
You are degrading yourself, and so what? People don't care for the way you look or the way you talk. So what? That is the very, very least of your problems.
What I wear, things that have...
Also, the very least of your problems. Who the fuck cares what other people think of what you wear?
Happened with me in the past.
Because you lie. You lied about yours and Becky's relationship for the duration of it. You lied about the rings. You lied about the engagement when the story was new. You lie.
Things happen with me. Currently, it doesn't matter what it is. People diminish my accomplishments. But
what accomplishments do you have, dear? What accomplishments do you have in the last 9 years of your life? What have you achieved? What goals have you achieved? What have you done in the last 10 years other than sit around and rake in money and yo-yo up and down and gain about 200 pounds? What have you done? What have you done for humanity? What have you done for society? What have you done?
But they make my failures super freaking huge.
Amber, it is because you constantly fail yourself all the time on purpose, and you monetize it. You monetize it. You come on here and you're like, oh, well, I gave up. And again, that infuriates your viewers, and it gets you more engagement and it gets you more dollars.
People are asking, why are you talking about this now?
Because she's losing money, because there are some reaction channels that get more views than her. That is why she's talking about it now.
Why are you talking about the reaction channels? It's because I'm finally using my voice.
Sure you are. Sure you are. You're losing money, and that's why you're talking about it. You're absolutely beside yourself that you're losing money, that reaction channels are getting more views than you, and you can't see that this is fucking karma.
For so long, I let rumors become false facts.
Because you lie, and then you omit facts, and you leave yourself open to speculation and conjecture. And you're fucking boring. What the hell else are we supposed to do? It is fun as hell to throw around wild fucking speculations and conjecture. Fun as hell. I am sure, Amberlynn, that you yourself do this.
Because I didn't say anything. I have had reaction channel after reaction channel make money.
Here it is. Here it is. She's mad that people are making money off of her.
Laugh themselves to the bank because of me. They react to my content constantly, spreading speculation and
They have the right to react to your content, honey. It's called fair use. And you are incredibly educational as people go and fascinating on a psychological level. So why are you blaming people? It only gets you more engagement. Some of those people are far more engaging than you, and their viewers spread them to their friends, and then their friends are like, well, who is this Amberlynn chick? And they go to your channel and you get the view.
rumors and lies. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think that's right. I know a lot of people just want to say, oh, ignore it. It's different. Yeah, sure. Let's ignore someone telling me my hair is ugly. The shit that I'm talking about.
She can't ignore the fact that other people are making money that she's not getting.
Goes so much deeper.
To her pocketbook, that's it. She does not think very deeply. She does not think very deeply. The insults aside, some of the comments in her comment section are pretty fucking heinous. I will give her that. But again, she can choose not to look at those. And really what she is angry about and what she has always been about for the duration of her YouTube career is making money. This is it. This is it. She doesn't feel dehumanized. She feels like she's losing money.
So I feel like I can talk about this for literally forever.
She can go ahead and dehumanize herself all day long as she gets the money for it. No one else is allowed to get the money when Amberlynn Reid dehumanizes herself. So how dare anybody else?
But we're not going to do that.
Thank God.
I thoroughly do not think that I have done anything as bad as what people make me seem like.
You need to do some serious fucking self-reflection, Amberlynn. You really do.
Not a damn thing. So the next thing is, what happened to your merch? So
since we are on the subject of merchandise, I thought a little bit of shameless self-promotion would be in order here. So, for those of you who are subscribed to me and know me from the flea market, the larges and mediums of the Ghost Pokemon shirt are back in stock, along with 3 X's and 2 X's that I now carry. Sorry guys, I can't get 4s and 5s in these. I don't have the buying power. But they can be pre-ordered and they take about 3 weeks to get here. Anyway, back to Amber.
the merch I made is simplistic. It's
Yeah, it is.
modern in my opinion.
Ma'am, everybody has an opinion, just like everybody has assholes. And you better go look at the definition of modern.
It's funny. It's something that
It's not funny. It's kind of boring. It's bland. It's too tiny. And this is not modern, this hoodie. This hoodie has been around for like 50, 60 years, this particular cut, this design of hoodie. So it's not modern. And it's not funny. And as far as I am concerned, this is not Amberlynn Reid merchandise. This does not promote her channel. And I thought that that was the point of a YouTube channel offering merchandise, to promote their channel, their brand, their name.
would enjoy wearing. And the simplicity of my merch.
Ma'am, if you would enjoy wearing it, why don't you have any of it? Why didn't you go to a place that offered sizes that would fit you so that you could buy some of your own merchandise and be your own model and show it off if you like it so much and would wear it? Why aren't you wearing it? Why didn't you do the right thing?
People took as laziness when
it is kind of lazy. It looks pretty fucking lazy. Anybody and their monkey can do that. It takes 30 fucking seconds. The narc alert on her video about this particular episode of So Raw, she literally did it in 30 seconds, and I'm sure she didn't even read the instructions.
And you guys wouldn't even believe how long it took me to do this because me no understand.
Sweetheart, all you had to do was read the instructions, and it would have taken you a matter of fucking seconds. And you could have changed the font. And it would have been even better if you used one of your notorious little catchphrases, like situation type deal, or Amberlynn Reid merch moment. You know, a little channel identification type deal.
I do not understand how to do this, so this did take me some time.
That's pretty fucking pathetic, and I can't believe you're trying to pawn this off as you don't understand it. It is so fucking simple, Amber. You like to tell us that you're an intelligent girl. All you had to do was read the instructions, and it would have taken you 30 seconds to do what you were offering as your merch.
And I liked what I made.
Sure you did, Amber. Why don't you own any?
And people were calling it lazy.
It is lazy. It's very lazy.
Saying how horrible it was.
It does look pretty bad.
And that it was.
And it's really, really overpriced for what it is, for how simple and lame and colorless it is.
It's ugly and just all this stuff. And it's just like, that's the style that I wanted.
Amber, the point of offering merchandise is not because you want it. Sure, it's important for you to like the designs that you offer, but it's not for you. It is for you to earn money from. Do you understand? And just because you like it and you would wear it doesn't mean that your viewers appreciate such simplistic and modern designs. You have to do things that your viewers want. That is the point of offering the merchandise. It's not for you, Amber. It is for your viewers. Cater to your viewers. Make them happy. And they will come back and they will give you their money.
Me. I think it's cute. It's dainty.
Ma'am, you do not understand the definition of dainty. Dainty means small, slight, delicate, fragile. Nothing about your merch is dainty.
And it's not colorful and in your face because I don't want that to be my merch. So I decided
I don't want that to be your merch. Amber, honey, you don't want that to be your merch because you don't know how to design things like that.
I decided to stop speaking about the merch.
Instead of doing something better that would earn her money and make her viewers happy, she could have used the same stupid font and done despectful piece of, and then put a poop emoji and sold that, and people would have bought the shit out of that. But she didn't. She copped out. Merch moment on a stupid, ugly white hoodie that you can fucking get at Five Below or like Family fucking Dollar for $10. But no, merch moment, $60 hoodie. Give her money.
Because I started to
and fuck you if you don't like it.
Feel dumb because so many people hated it. Instead of just expressing your opinion and saying this isn't my style, it's not something I'm into.
When a person says that they hate something, it's ugly, that is them expressing their opinion. Just because you don't like the way someone expresses their opinion doesn't mean that they're not allowed to express their opinion, Amberlynn. They didn't fucking like your merchandise. Stop chastising people. You know in your heart, Amberlynn Reid, that you slapped that bullshit together and you were like, fuck these people. I just put this merch out so people shut the fuck up. That's you, Amber. You didn't fucking put any effort into that merch, and you know it in your heart.
I became lazy Lynn. And it's like,
well, you are. You are really lazy. You don't get to be over 500 pounds if you're not lazy.
Nothing is ever good enough.
That's on you. That's on you. You can choose not to listen to your detractors. I was told my entire life that I was never going to amount to anything because I have a learning disability. I am dyslexic. I have agenesis of the corpus callosum. I'm going to mispronounce it. I just did. I'm missing a little piece of connective tissue between my brain bits. Anyway, my entire life, my whole family put me down and made me feel like I was never going to be anything but a burger flipper or some shitty little housewife that does nothing and achieves nothing and aims for nothing because I can't. And if I listened to that, that's what I would fucking be. Or worse, I would not be here breathing air right now if I listened to the people that told me what I couldn't do. It's on you, Amber. It's on you. You can choose to not be a victim, but you constantly and perpetually choose to victimize yourself because you know that when you come on here and victimize yourself, you get views and you get fucking money for it.
The fucking backlash was crazy.
It wasn't crazy, Amber. People just didn't fucking like your ugly ass bullshit.
There's bigger problems in the world. I promise.
Yes, Amber, there are much, much bigger problems in the world. Much bigger problems in the world than what you yourself are complaining about that people are doing to you. You sitting there in a nice luxury apartment with 3 takeout meals a day and a partner that caters to your every fucking whim, and you get all of your needs met and all of your desires met. Yes, Amberlynn, there are a great deal of bigger problems out in the world. Shame on you. Shame on you for coming on here and whining about your stupid fucking bullshit when you live such a privileged, comfortable, nothing of a life.
Point of my YouTube is I want to be vulnerable and I want to share things with you guys. And it's
no, Amber, the point of your YouTube is for you to fucking make money. Get it straight. Be honest. Be fucking honest for once. It's not for you to be vulnerable. It's for you to make money doing as little as humanly possible.
just like really hard to do when I feel like everything that I share is just like twisted into something it's not.
Because you leave yourself open to rumor and speculation because you cannot fucking help yourself but lie. You need to make yourself look good, so you lie constantly. You do the shit to yourself.
So people are asking, am I still doing scratch art? I'm actually not doing scratch art anymore.
Again, because she let the viewers tell her what she can and cannot do, because she needs to be a fucking victim.
I feel like when a lot of people start tearing me down, it actually really does get to me mentally. So then I just try to take it away altogether. When a lot of people were saying how like, I'm a little kid, why am I doing scratch art?
I'm gonna stop her right here. She's a little kid. Why is she doing scratch art? I have seen some YouTube channels that do some amazing fucking shit with those little Dollar Tree scrap art square or scratch art squares. And they're not for kindergartners. And also at the art store, they make gigantic packs of them in giant sizes with really cool effect stuff underneath the black. And they're not for kindergartners. And it's shitty that she is blaming her audience for her stopping her own creativity. Me personally, I only bitched that she needs to go get herself a sketchbook and some charcoal pencils and some nice ass Prismacolors. That's all I've ever said. I think that those little ones are too limiting.
For kindergartners.
That's just my opinion.
I kind of just felt dumb about the whole thing and just took it off of my channel.
Again, she's victimizing herself.
I want to talk about 3 conspiracies that I believe in.
I'm going to stop her right here. I cut all of her crap out. I'm going to share with you 3 conspiracies that I believe in. The first, Jaden Smith has a tiny little hamster tail with like little hairs on the end of it that he keeps tucked away in his pants and he never tells anybody about, but it's totally there. He has a hamster tail. The second one is Crusader Actual looks like Danny Bonaducci under his helmet. And the third conspiracy is that Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. Let's continue.
When I say that I believe in them, I should have done a disclaimer. I wouldn't say that I thoroughly believe in them. So next question.
I wonder if Amber actually believes thoroughly in anything, in any one thing. Does she have any strong beliefs in anything at all?
Question is, how did you get diagnosed with bipolar after just 1 session with a psychiatrist?
That is a pretty good question.
So I was officially diagnosed with bipolar almost 4 years ago. It took 1 session.
Go ahead and repeat yourself again, baby girl.
And for the psychiatrist to know that I was bipolar and I was inaccurately diagnosed with depression for my whole life. And the first time I was ever diagnosed with depression was 9, and I would go on these antidepressants. No antidepressants.
Right here, I cut out a good bit of stuff that she talks about that happened to her because of the antidepressants that didn't work for her. And she should have, in her original video, given a trigger warning or a sensitivity warning to people because she talks about some seriously hard subjects here, and she gives zero warning at all. And that is improper. Again, Amberlynn fails herself and fails her audience.
Ever worked for me. Then I saw this psychiatrist and she said, they don't work for you because you're bipolar. You know,
antidepressants, it has been recently come to light that antidepressants really don't work that well for anybody. And yeah, let's let her continue.
Talked to me, ran tests. It was a couple hours visit, and
That's pretty odd. I have a very long history. I am much older than Amberlynn Reid. And I have seen many psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors, therapists. I've never in my life been in a psychiatrist's office for longer than 1 hour. As a matter of fact, it has almost always been under an hour. A psychiatrist prescribes medication based on the assessment of the psychologist. The person that Amberlynn is seeing that is prescribing her this medication may or may not be questionable. I do not know. I am not a professional. I am not going to judge her.
will say, I didn't know you could be diagnosed that quickly either. She prescribed me a mood stabilizer, Lamictal, and
I'm going to, real quick, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on mood stabilizers. It is just a Band-Aid. Mood stabilizers are just a Band-Aid. If you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling anxious, if you are feeling low, look around you. Check your environment. Is there something in your environment that is affecting you, that is making you depressed? Rather than having to take a medication so that you can trudge through, change your environment. Change your perspective. Get out of the situation that makes you depressed. and you will not need to take the medication. You will not need to fuck with your own brain just to be able to get through life in a horrible, mind-numbing, soul-crushing situation, such as Amberlynn Reid here, living stuck in her luxury apartment all day long, looking at videos of herself and reading comments about herself and nothing else.
And I was nervous. I was like, is this just going to be another situation where it makes me worse? No, it actually worked.
That's good for her, and it does work. Mood altering drugs do work. If you are feeling very, very, very low, you will not feel low after they kick in, because they just take away all of your mood. They take away all of your affectation. You don't get really, really happy anymore, and you don't get really, really sad anymore. And it kind of, to me personally, I feel like that would be robbing me of my life experiences.
My manic episodes were far in between. My lows, they were just tiny little dips, tiny little normal dips in my life.
Amber, if you had something other to do than sit around your apartment and fester and think about food and what other people think about you, you would not have such big giant dips and such great big giant highs. You wouldn't. You wouldn't need that medication either.
Life, instead of feeling like I'm buried, you know, underneath all just the sadness and dirt. Like the Lamictal completely changed my life.
Yeah, it's like you're living in a giant trash heap full of used diapers and needles, and you take this drug and you can just stay in your trash heap with your diapers and your needles and be okay with it and just be like, meh, it's all right. I'm not really that sad about it anymore because I have my Lamictal.
And that's how I know without a doubt that her diagnosis is true.
It doesn't matter if you're bipolar or borderline. That drug is going to affect your mood. Even if you do not have bipolar or borderline personality disorder or any kind of mood disorder, that drug is going to affect your mood. It is going to take away your happy happies, and it's going to take away your saddest sads.
Finally, we were able to put a diagnosis to my problems. I don't know how she did it. I went to the appointment, she did it. I still see the same psychiatrist. She listened to me when no one else would.
Amber, do you have any friends? Seriously, do you have any friends at all that you don't have to pay, that will sit and listen to you and let you be honest with them? Do you have any friends?
And for that, I am so freaking appreciative. We found something that works, and now it's just
They found a band-aid to put on it so that she can be content in those four walls, not changing her life and not doing anything to better herself.
up to me to take the damn medicine.
And she doesn't even fucking take the pills.
Okay, so advice
But she spent the last year or so every once in a while telling us how bad she felt, and oh, if it looks like I've been crying, it's because I have. That's how she starts some of her videos in the last year or so. It's okay. And here,
segment. So next
advice. I like this quote that I just recently saw by Jordan B. Peterson. I am not going to take advice from a person that cannot even clean their own room. Which means if you can't get your shit together, if you don't have life experience, you should not even consider giving advice.
segment is my favorites, just, you know.
So I skipped this too because I'm going to tell you guys my favorites. My favorite movies are RoboCop, David Lynch's version of Dune, and the director's cut of Blade Runner. The first one, not that sequel. My favorite songs are, I had to pick three. It was really fucking hard to do. The Rainbow Connection, as sung by Paul Williams, Afraid of Me by Twisted, and Juggalo Island by Insane Clown Posse. My favorite color is heather gray. My favorite number is 42. My favorite holiday is Halloween. My favorite food is raw oysters, steamed crabs, or salmon roe, preferably on a little hollowed out piece of cucumber with a little soy sauce and wasabi on it. And my favorite actors, is Steve Buscemi, Randy Quaid, and Patrick Stewart. And my favorite hobby, I happen to have made a living out of my favorite hobby, and that is the creating of art out of epoxy resin and recycled materials and pigments. And also collecting and trading and selling action figures, comic books, and memorabilia from the 80s, 90s, and 70s. Those are my favorites.
The reason why I did that segment is because I feel like I answer so many serious things like all the time.
You answer the same 4 or 5 questions all the time, and your answers vary. You tell like slightly different lies every time you answer the same questions.
I do get like random little questions, and I never really answer those.
You know what? If she wants her audience to treat her like a human, the most humanizing thing that she could do for herself would be to answer these little questions. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite color? That makes her look like a person. It endears her to her audience. It gives her audience like, oh, me too. You know, they can feel nice and have a nice thing in common with Amberlynn. But she never ever thought to answer those questions because meh, that's dumb. Who cares about that? People care, Amber. People care about very small things. As you have pointed out yourself, they care about and they pick on the small things.
So I figured to answer those real quick. I don't mean to make these seem super ranty.
Then why are you doing it?
Like I'm raging.
Then why are you doing it?
Or whatever, but I do have to speak up for myself. It's just like these reaction channels, they get to spend all day and every day just talking about me.
They don't get to do it, they do it of their own free will. I mean, and it's their prerogative if they want to do it. If they want to waste all that fucking time talking about you and festering about you and spending hours and hours and hours on live stream collecting donations from their viewers, that's on them if they want to do that. That has nothing to do with you, and you should not worry about that.
The minute I talk about them, which is about me, I'm attacked for it.
She does have a point here. She should be able to talk about the reaction channels that spend absurd amounts of time on her, that make their entire channel nothing but her, while they themselves are a hot fucking mess. She should have the right to talk about them and to say stuff about them and point out their fucking shortcomings. It's only fucking fair. They are earning money off of her after all. I will stand up for her for that. But she is the one that has been dehumanizing herself for the duration of her channel. So she don't get a pass for that one.
I should ignore it. No, I don't see it that way anymore. Too many times have I let things slide and they just got way bigger than they needed to be.
That you let things slide and they got way bigger than they needed to be, but you were the one that doxed your girlfriend, and then you lied and denied, and it made your audience and the community go batshit and go hunting. And shame on you for not having the fucking foresight.
So anyways, that's that. But I hope that you guys did enjoy this raw episode.
Not really. Not really. This was really fucking hard to get through.
Hopefully it wasn't a flop, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
That entire video was her yet again blaming others for her misfortune and her plight in life, and not taking responsibility or being honest with herself. It's getting to a point where it's getting miserable to watch and painful to watch, because she just keeps victimizing herself and digging herself deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole. And she doesn't see that she is the orchestrator of her own demise. And it's really sad, like I said. Anyway, I hope that you guys got something out of this reaction. If you liked it, please consider dropping a like and hitting the subscribe button. If not, tell me why you hated it. Anything helps the algorithm, right? I never really intend to monetize my reactions to Amberlynn, because it's just not right to monetize somebody else's suffering. It's not right to monetize your own suffering either, but people do it kind of often. So I don't consider myself a reaction channel, and I don't see myself doing these very, very often, because I do have other things planned for my channel. Anyway, I'm gonna end this here, and again, I hope you guys have a good night.